The pounding on my garage door sounded like a sledgehammer. I grabbed my coffee, already knowing who it was, Patricia Dalton, our HOA president, screaming about a stolen vehicle. I walked toward the front door, clipped my badge to my belt, and opened it. The look on her face was almost worth the 3 weeks of harassment. I had just moved into Riverside Heights, having bought my first house after being promoted to chief of police for the city. My pride and joy, a 1969 Ford Mustang Boss 429, a restoration project with my late father, sat safely in my garage. I kept my job a secret, preferring privacy. The trouble began when Patricia's 17-year-old son, Tyler, appeared. He ran his hand over my car and demanded a test drive, citing his father's high HOA fees. That basically means he owns part of this street. I told him no, and Tyler stormed off. 20 minutes later, Patricia was at my door in her HOA battle outfit. She demanded I accommodate Tyler and launched into a campaign of ridiculous fines. The car was too loud, the color too bright, and it constituted a commercial vehicle because it could potentially be used for racing. When her rules failed, Tyler escalated. I caught him and his friends taking selfies with the car through the garage window. I warned him that I would call the police. Tyler laughed. My mom already did. She said she looked up the registration and it doesn't match your name. The cops are going to impound it, and then maybe someone who deserves it can buy it at auction. Patricia had discovered the car was still registered under my deceased father's name. Just then, 3 patrol cars came screaming down our quiet street. Patricia emerged, looking triumphant. "Officers," she called out. "He's right there. The thief is right there." The officers stopped. Martinez and Davidson recognized me immediately. "Chief Morrison?" Martinez asked, his voice a mix of confusion and concern. "Morning, Martinez," I replied casually. "Beautiful day, isn't it?" Patricia's mouth fell open. "Chief, what do you mean, Chief?" Davidson stepped forward. "Ma'am, this is Chief Morrison. He's our boss. The chief of police for the entire city." The color drained from Patricia's face. Tyler took several steps backward, suddenly very interested in his phone. "The car belonged to my father," I explained calmly. "I haven't transferred the title yet. Would you like to see the will and death certificate?" "Martinez," I said, "I'd like you to take a full report. This woman called 911 to make a deliberate false report about a stolen vehicle." Thompson activated his body camera and faced Tyler, who, trying to act tough, burst out, "Yeah, so what? My mom runs this neighborhood. She could buy and sell you." The rookie, Patel, continued recording. Patricia was cited for filing a false police report and misuse of emergency services. The body camera footage went viral. Entitled HOA President Calls Cops on Police Chief garnered millions of views. Tyler's rant became a meme. At the emergency HOA meeting, neighbors who had suffered under her tyranny finally spoke up. The vote was unanimous. Patricia was removed from the HOA board immediately. In court, Judge Rise was unimpressed with her excuse. "Mrs. Dalton," he said, "you admitted to checking the registration and immediately calling 911 without any attempt to verify your suspicions. That's not concern. That's malicious intent." Patricia was fined $8,000 plus court costs. The woman who had ruled Riverside Heights with an iron fist had been brought down by her own entitlement and her son's greed. Her reign was over, and I finally had the quiet neighborhood I deserved.